Hello, Beekman Elementary School. It is Wednesday, September 16th, and it is so nice to be talking to you today. I guess that's it. Let's get started with today's announcements. All right, so today, Wednesday, is an independent learning day. Now, teachers do have morning meetings scheduled, right, for the whole class where students get to see each other and talk, and, it's kind of informal and a nice opportunity for some sharing and conversation. But other than that, it's a day for teachers and students to get their work done. And teachers have a lot of work to do. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but on Wednesdays, they talk with other teachers. They work together to make plans, all the lesson plans, the activities, the tasks. They record videos, they find resources online, and they update their Google Classrooms. And they do a ton of other stuff too. So it's a lot, and they really need Wednesdays to get all this work done. So I just wanted to let you know about that so you could appreciate all the hard work your teachers are doing, but also wanted to let you know so that you use Wednesdays too. You should be using Wednesdays to catch up on your work and to get things done. Now that you've been learning for a few days online, you've done a few online days, I have a recommendation for you. Maybe you could use today, since it's your first Independent Wednesday, maybe you could use today to consider your learning space at home. And what I mean by that is, how is your learning space working for you? Is it set up the way that you want? Are there any changes you want to make? This would be a good time to reflect on your space at home where you're doing your work and you're learning, and if you want to make any adjustments. In case you didn't read or know about the letter that I sent to families a few weeks ago, I have it here, and I thought I'd read a few sections to you. Because in this letter, let's see, it was dated August 28th, I wrote to Beekman Bears, and I just had some suggestions for you. So in this letter, I wrote, for example, have you thought about who your learning partner at home will be? So I wrote, selecting a learning partner before the start of school is something you can do to get ready. Your learning partner could be a parent, an older sibling, really any adult in your home who could give you support and assistance when you need it. So I know that's really not your learning space, but again, it's more advice for you to consider these last few days as you've been learning online at home. Have you been making use of a learning partner? Do you have a learning partner? How's it going? So use Wednesday maybe to reflect on that. Think about that a little bit and set some of that up. And then I wrote some tips for your learning space. So one is using a desk and a chair if you have one. That's what we use in school. So that's really good to use at home. But if you don't have a desk, that's okay. Have you found a space at home where you have your own materials and where they'll be respected by everybody and left alone? By having your own space, it really allows you to focus and work effectively and get your work done. If you don't have your own space, right, that maybe you have to share, could you find a space in your home that you can use each day and that your family will let you use? Maybe it's the kitchen table, maybe it's a ping pong table, maybe it's a bench. So if it's not yours that you can have all the time, then you'd have to set it up every day. So you want to make sure your learning space that you're waking up in time, right, to get it all set up before your morning meeting, right? You don't want to be setting that up and rushing and getting it done while you're supposed to be participating in a morning meeting. So wake up, a little bit early and get that set up first, so when it's time to start, you're ready and you feel good and organized. I also recommended in my letter that maybe you have a cardboard box or just some sort of bin, anything, where you can put all your materials and supplies. And that way, each morning when you get up and you set up your learning space, you get out your box, you put it up, you set everything up. And then when you're done at the end of the day, right, because if you're using the dining room table or the kitchen table, for example, you can't leave that out all the time. People need the table for eating or whatever else they're doing. So you got to put this stuff away. And then you have the box to put the stuff away. And then you bring it out the next day. So it's a good way to organize your stuff instead of just sweeping it off the table, right? That'd be a big mess. So you may want to have a box to put your stuff. I did recommend you could decorate your learning box. You could put your name on it. You could put some stickers on it, draw a picture, paint it, whatever you want. That way it's special to you, and everybody else in your home and your family knows that that's your learning box. It's really special, and it's something that means a lot to you. So that was a tip. And if you don't really have your own space, maybe the only space you have is your bed. That'll have to work. So what I recommended is when you're learning online, we don't stay under our covers, right? So the expectations is that your bed is made and you're on top of your bed. Another good thing to do, some Beekman Bears do, is you sit on the floor and you use the back of your bed as like a backrest. If you're on your bed or on the floor, you could use your learning box, turn it over, and it could be like a desktop, and that way you could have your Chromebook or your device on the box, and it gives you a nice surface. So, those are some ideas for your learning space and how you're working. So use today, right? Wednesday's an independent day. Maybe use today. If you haven't made a learning box, if you don't have all your materials organized, use part of today to organize your materials. If you don't have a learning space yet, maybe use today to try to find one and set one up. It could be a corner of a room. Like I said, it could be your bed. It could be a table. It could be a bench. Whatever you and your family think is best. So talk to your family about it. See what it is they think. Remember, before you do any moving of furniture or claiming of space, you got to talk with your family, right? You got to explain your thinking to them, work as a team, and strive for compromise, right? You're all living in one space, so you got to compromise a little bit, and that's important too. Can't just be the way you want it, right? We have to work together. So think about that, talk with your family about it, get that learning space set up, and feel free if you have any pictures of your learning spaces. Maybe you're really proud of your learning box, you're really proud of your learning space. Maybe you want to send me a picture of you and your learning partner. That'd be great. Send me those pictures. I'd love to see them. And hey, maybe I could include them on one of our daily announcements. If you send me a picture of your learning space, your learning box, your learning partner, I'll include it in the announcements. That's right. You know what time it is. It's a birthday time. Here it is. Let's do the Beekman Bear birthdays. And we have one up for today. And this Beekman Bear, Colby Alty. Happy birthday to you, Colby. Hope you have a super birthday today and that you enjoy it. You have some great weather and you do some fun stuff. So happy birthday, Colby. I'll be thinking of you. Enjoy your day. All right, so it's time for the thought of the day. Today's thought of the day is, when I do what I say I will do, I am being responsible. I'll say that again. When I do what I say I will do, I am being responsible. And as many of you know, part of being a Beekman Bear includes the following: being brave, being empathetic, accepting responsibility, being respectful, and being safe. And today's thought of the day is about being responsible. It's one of the expectations we have for Beekman Bears. Part of being responsible is doing what we'll say we will do. If you say you'll do your homework, or make your bed, or that you'll help your brother or sister clean up, then when you do it, you are being responsible. And you're showing others as well that you're being responsible. So being responsible feels really good. Knowing that others can depend on you, right? That you're dependable. That feels really good too. So especially in this time of online learning, please think of ways that you can show your families and teachers that you are responsible. Do you show up for Google Meets on time? Do you get your assignments done before they're due? Do you help others in your family with any computer issues? Do you share your supplies at home with any brothers or sisters? So those are just some of the ways you can show you're responsible, and I know there's plenty more. So think about it, come up with some ways that you can be responsible at home and when you're online learning. And that is all for today. I hope you have a great day. I hope you do well, that you work on some of these things we talked about today, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. That is all, Beekman Bears. Work hard, try your best. Bye.